Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And first of all, I want to say thanks for being here. Really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving the content lately. It's been a lot of fun interacting with all you guys. But let's get into the video. So, OnePlus did announce two flagship devices with the OnePlus 8 Pro and the OnePlus 8 very recently. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at both of them and compare the two and talk about which ones you would potentially want to buy when comparing these. Now keep in mind the price point. The OnePlus 8 Pro starts at $900 and the OnePlus 8 starts at $700, so a $200 price difference between the base models of the two. And yes, there are a good amount of differences between the two. The OnePlus 8 Pro definitely being the flagship between the two, but of course, with a $200 price point, I want to go ahead and touch on all of those main differences. Let's go ahead and get started. The obvious difference is in the size. The Pro is taller, a little bit wider, weighs more, and while it is noticeable in the hand, it isn't as substantial as you would think. The rear camera on the Pro is a little bit larger, of course, because it does have another lens. However, that means it does rock back and forth when sitting flat on a table a little bit more than the 8 does. Not only is the display size different between the two, it also has different display resolution. So the 6.78-inch display on the 8 Pro is a 1440p AMOLED display, whereas the 8 has a 6.55-inch 1080p display, and that's not the only difference between the two. When you jump into settings on the 8 Pro, you have the option between 60 Hz and 120 Hz refresh rate on the phone, whereas on the 8, you can only choose between 60 and 90 Hz. And after using the two displays' refresh rates, I found that the jump from 60 Hz to 90 Hz is more noticeable than the jump from 90 Hz to 120 Hz. However, you still can notice a difference in how smooth the display refreshes. Within display settings on the Pro, you also have a video enhancement engine, so you can actually turn on vibrant color effects within videos and also motion graphics smoothing within videos with a compatible app. The 8 does not have this. And after testing the two camera systems and taking pictures, there is a difference between the two. So the 8 Pro quad camera system as opposed to triple camera system on the 8. Now when it comes to the sensors inside, the 8 Pro has a better standard wide angle lens and a better ultra wide angle lens. And the two differences, the third lens on the 8 is a macro lens, which is not on the 8 Pro. More on that actually, pretty interesting results from that in just a second. However, the two extra lenses on these, you do have a telephoto lens for 3x zoom, and then you do have a color filter lens in the 8 Pro. And the 8 does have a macro lens that the 8 Pro doesn't have. However, some interesting results. There's actually a macro mode on the 8 Pro, which uses the ultra wide angle lens, and the 8 Pro takes better macro shots in this mode. So here's just a quick comparison between some of the shots that I've taken in that macro mode and consistently just better out of the 8 Pro. So even though it has a dedicated macro lens on the 8, the macro shots on the 8 Pro are better. In daylight, bright light scenarios, you're gonna get very good shots out of either of these cameras. However, you're gonna notice a difference in low light. That's one thing I've noticed, is that low light shots on the 8 Pro are consistently better because it has a larger sensor to let more light in. And the Pro's camera just has better dynamic range overall, so when you're taking shots with a lot of light and dark mixed in. You can get either phone in black or green. However, the two colors you see are unique to their models. The battery sizes are different. You have a 4510 milliamp hour versus a 4300 milliamp hour battery. And just because it is bigger does not necessarily mean you're going to get better battery life, considering you do have a 1440p display and higher refresh rate to power. However, I do still need a little bit more time to really compare the two. More on that in a future video. I will get my full reviews out very soon. Another benefit of the 8 Pro is that it has wireless charging, whereas the 8 can't wireless charge at all. And if you do have the compatible wireless charger from OnePlus, it can charge up to 30 watts, which I've been using, and it has been great how fast it actually charges wirelessly. Not only do you have wireless charging in the 8 Pro, you can actually reverse wireless charge, so you can charge other devices fairly slowly, I will say, but you still can reverse wireless charge with the 8 Pro. The OnePlus 8 Pro also comes with an official IP rating, so you can be a lot more secure. If you accidentally drop it in water, you spill some water on it, so it has that dust and water resistance to it. You have the same Snapdragon 865 and UFS 3.0 storage. However, the RAM is different between the two. In the OnePlus 8, it uses LPDDR4X RAM, whereas the OnePlus 8 Pro uses LPDDR5 RAM. And I did have to look this up, but it seems like the RAM speed in the OnePlus 8 Pro will be almost 30% faster, and then when it comes to power consumption, about 20% better. When it comes down to it, it's up to you to decide if the advantages of the Pro model are worth that $200 price difference. You're definitely going to get a better camera experience out of the Pro. It has wireless charging built in. It has a better display resolution and higher refresh rate. So overall, that is it for now. Those are the differences between the 8 and the 8 Pro and my takeaways between the two devices. More to come for sure. Like I said, my full reviews are coming out very soon. So be sure you click that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.